Oh, it's Ellen Seller.
Oh, this is way down now. What happened?
No, I think
But I'm getting cooler already.
whatever.
I don't know. Yeah. I always thought it should be. It looks like it's the same as yours. Yours is straight across. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Back it up a tiny bit. All right.
Thank you, Andy and choir. That was beautiful. Good morning, everybody. I'm Gillian Fynn, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all here to our beloved fellowship this morning, and a special thank you and for being with us, and welcome to those of you on Zoom. We are part of a free religious tradition that honors the loving heart, the open mind, and growing together in beloved community. As we begin our sacred time together, please remember to keep your cell phones muted. And a quick note, please don't record the service. BFUU does that, and you can find them on the website if you want to watch. Our guest minister this morning is the Rev.Ben Meyers, no stranger to our congregation. Ben lives near Lake Merritt in Oakland, California. His ministry spans nearly 30 years. He served as a parish minister, including here at BFUU, from 2009 to 2013. He's also been a hospice chaplain, a social justice community minister throughout Northern California. He's the father of 2 children, and he loves spending as much time as he can possibly get with his 3-year-old grandson. As a proud parent of a transgender child, he is also a vocal ally and avid advocate for LGBTQ rights. We welcome Rev.Ben to our pulpit again as he offers words of invocation for our sacred hour together.
By way of invocation to acknowledge this time of year, this first Sunday in Advent, the undeniable fact of light being less, of cold being more, I brought a short reading from a scientist colleague of mine. Her name is Hope Yaren, and she's written a book called Lab Girl. And this is, A Seed Knows How to Wait. A seed knows how to wait. Most seeds wait for several years before starting to grow. A cherry seed can wait for 100 years with no problem. What exactly each seed is waiting for is known only to that seed. Some unique trigger combination of temperature, moisture, light, and many other things is required to convince a seed to jump off the deep end and take its chance, to take its one and only chance to grow. A seed is alive while it waits. Every acorn on the ground is just as alive as the 300-year-old oak tree that towers over it. Neither the seed nor the old oak is growing. They are both just waiting. Their waiting differs, however, in that the seed is waiting to flourish while the tree is waiting to die. When you go into a forest, you probably tend to look up at the plants that have grown so much taller than you ever could. You probably don't look down, where just beneath your single footprint sits between 100 and 1,000 seeds, each one alive and waiting. When you are in the forest, for every tree that you see, there are no less than 3 million more trees waiting in the soil, fervently wishing to be. When the embryo within a seed starts to grow, it basically just stretches out of its doubled over waiting posture, elongating into official ownership of the form that it assumed years ago. The hard coat that surrounds a peach pit, a sesame or mustard seed, or a walnut shell mostly exists to prevent this expansion. But if you simply scratch the hard coat and add a little water, it's enough to make almost any seed grow. Something so hard can be so easy if you just have a little help. In the right place, under the right conditions, you can finally stretch out into what you're supposed to be. Each beginning is the end of a waiting. We are each given exactly one chance to be. Each of us is both impossible and inevitable. Every replete tree that was first a seed that waited, then grew. Come, let us grow and worship together. We're going to sing song number 346 in the gray, the silver hymnal. Come, sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you home when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time.
Our fellowship stands on land that is today called Berkeley, California, located in the unceded territory of the Ohlone people. We honor them today and always for their wisdom and resilience. May we continue to ally with them and their desire for respect, renewal, and reparations. Please light your chalice or candles at home now, while Rev.Ben lights this communal chalice for all of us, a symbol of our Unitarian Universalist heritage and tradition, and the spirit that lives within every one of us. Please read with me our unison chalice lighting, which can be found in your order of service or on your screen. Let love be the spirit of this congregation and service its goal. This is our living covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truths in life, and to help one another. And now let us recite together these words of solidarity while Christine lights the red candle. We light our red candle to mourn Black lives taken by police and state violence, to proclaim that Black lives matter, and to express our commitment to Black liberation, reparations, and the end of slave capitalism.
Good morning again. I seem to have brought a frog with me in my Before we sing again and then enter into the sermon, I Advent in the Christian calendar is it's a period of waiting, but it's also one that's holds surprise because one never knows what one is going to find when one waits. So this reading is for the first Sunday of Advent, and it's about what you might be waiting for. It's an invitation to enter into that spirit of being curious. And this is by the Reverend Leslie Takahashi. This is the season of anticipation, of expecting, of hoping, of wanting. This is a time of expecting the arrival of something, and we are waiting. This is a time of living in darkness, in the hues of unknowing, of being quiet, of reflecting on a year almost past, waiting for a new beginning, for a closing or an end. This is the time for digesting the lessons of days gone past, anticipating the future for which we are waiting. We are waiting for a world which can know justice. We're waiting for a lasting peace. We're waiting for the bridge to span the divides which separate us, waiting for a promise or a hope. For all of this, we are waiting. Join me in singing number 1029 from the Hill Songbook, Love Knocks and Waits.
Love knocks and waits for us to hear, to open and invite. Love longs to quiet every fear and seeks to set things right. Love is life in spite of foes to threaten and condemn, embracing on the wings of rose the second while with them. Love comes to heal the broken heart, to ease a troubled mind. Without a word, love bids us start to ask and seek and find. Love knocks and enters at the sound of welcome from within. Love swings and dances all around and feels new life begin.
So, as you are very aware by now, today is the first Sunday in Advent, a period of time of the year marked most predominantly by the frenzy of activity that assaults us, known as and Hanukkah, and solstice, and Kwanzaa. And as a lot of Unitarian Universalist children are learning, it's the time of Chalaka, a made-up holiday by and for young adult UUs, for Unitarian Universalists, which follows the structure of both Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and focuses on celebrating the 7 principles of our faith as the centerpiece of this holiday, which, if you aren't exactly Christian, always calls for meaning-making through creative innovation, thus Chalaka for young UUs. But my point is that no matter what you're celebrating this season, you usually find it to be a busy time, set against the backdrop of the most laid-back season of the year. Advent, the end of the calendar year, is a period of waiting. Waiting for the promise of a new year. Waiting for the promise of a peace that is yet to come to the world. Waiting for the temple lights to last for 8 days. Waiting for the sun to rise in strength and warmth. Waiting for our hopes and dreams to reawaken in us and burst forth in tidings of comfort and joy. Waiting. We have, all of us, spent a lot of time waiting. Can I get a hand raised? I'm waiting. Okay. Waiting for doctors, waiting for dentists, waiting for our tires to be rotated, waiting to board airplanes, waiting for a table at a restaurant, or for our morning cup of coffee at Phil's or Pete's, or the coffee maker in the kitchen. Waiting for our number to come up at the Department of Motor Vehicles. Waiting for traffic lights to change. Waiting for something to end or begin. Waiting for the promise of morning to come. Waiting. Sometimes for a few seconds, sometimes for an interminably long time. And not too long ago, I found myself in a waiting room at my dentist's office, waiting to have my teeth cleaned just in time for the holidays. I'm not very good at waiting, just waiting. I prepare for waiting as if I were about to go on a long trip. I usually bring along my computer, a few books, my to-do list, thinking I'll finally get around to catching up on all those things I've fallen behind on in however long I may have to wait. I'm funny that way. I don't know how to wait well. So I busy myself with other things, and it works. Finally, I hear the words, "The doctor will see you now," and the waiting ends. This also being close to Bodhi Day, the Buddha's birthday, I'll add a teaching. Waiting is. That's it. Which is to say that, well, waiting is a part of life. Waiting allows us to simply be in the moment, something I find difficult to do. Lao Tse, the Chinese philosopher best known for Taoism and the Tao Te Ching, said that if you are depressed, you are probably living in the past. If you are anxious, you are probably living in the future. But if you are at peace, you are living in the present. On peaceful reflection, I realize I've spent a lot of time in a lot of phantom waiting rooms, waiting for something that will probably never happen. Things I'd like to happen, but haven't yet, although I'm waiting. It usually has to do with waiting for others to change. Like, I waited a long time for my youngest child to step up in the challenges of becoming a more involved participant in the household chores. I wait for people in my life to decide to become different people. I wait for myself to become a different person. At these times, in these phantom waiting rooms, I realize it's as if I've been sitting in the dentist's office waiting for my party to be called for my restaurant reservation, or sitting in the tire rotation place waiting to board a plane, waiting at the DMV for my medical prescription to be filled, phantom waiting rooms, waiting for something that is guaranteed not to happen where I am waiting. And like phantom waiting rooms, we may sometimes wait for something we want, but will never get if we keep waiting where we are. Or if we keep waiting for things to change that we cannot change. The wisdom of the Serenity Prayer here, the wisdom to know the difference between what I can change and what I cannot. But the most frustrating of waiting rooms, of course, are the ones that promise to deliver what we're waiting for, to give us what we need, but don't deliver. Doctors who don't really take a good look at our bodies, but focus instead on the pharmaceutical drugs they hope we will use. Parents who we need to take care of us when we're young and vulnerable, but clearly are consumed by their own problems, which take all the energy and attention and time that they have. And children who, like trees, are not yet in the season of their fruition, not yet ready to blossom and bloom despite buds of their lives longing to burst open. Or the really big things like waiting for peace and justice to roll down like waters, waiting for the people of this country to come together and truly learn to live out its potential, for securing domestic tranquility and promoting the common good, providing peaceful leadership on a world stage. And then closer to home, my dreams, I sometimes wait for my grandmother to apologize for her violent and abusive behavior towards me. That these things haven't happened make me wonder if they ever will, or do I need to be active rather than waiting wherever I am, instead moving to another more appropriate place or room? I invite you to ask yourself, what have you waited for so long that you begin to think it doesn't exist or can't exist, or that you may never have? Go ahead, I'll wait. And now ask yourself, how am I waiting for this? Have you spent months or years camped out in a dentist's office hoping that someday they might serve lunch? In these critical days of waiting in which we now live, waiting for the other shoe to drop when both are clearly already on the floor, perhaps the time for phantom waiting rooms is over. Our planet needs, our neighbors need, and we ourselves need to be awake, to be alive, to claim our power as active forces in the world, exactly where we are and how we are and who we are right now. It is my deepest hope that each person in this hall, no matter who you are or what you are waiting for and hoping for, will, for a moment, stop looking outside for what can only come from within you. So often we are waiting for other people to offer us love that we can only really offer ourselves. We can find this love no matter who we are or where we are, if we open to love within ourselves, that wisdom that lives within each of us, that capacity for greater love and health and wholeness. That love that knocks and waits for us to hear. It is that gift of life and love that is waiting to shine from us as we stop waiting and begin now and again to nurture our deepest selves. In this season of Advent, this season of waiting and of hope to rise again, let us know clearly what we are waiting for within ourselves. It can be the hardest thing in the world to know that that which we await is here, that our waiting is not empty. There is content. We await the fulfillment of the promise of love. I pray that we may find ways to let this love emerge, that we emerge from this season of waiting to serve our wider world, to care for and support one another, and to be strong enough to hold on to what we know to be true, that we are not alone, or without agency, or without power, that love knocks and waits from within, and that we are enough, just as we are, wherever we are. It's okay. Take your time. Love is always waiting. May it be so. Amen. As we move into a time of reflection and meditation, of prayer, of taking stock, if you will, of our life, I offer this song.
Dark of winter, soft and still, your quiet calm surrounds me. Let my thoughts go where they will, ease my mind profoundly. And then my soul will sing a song, a blessed song of love eternal. Gentle darkness, soft and still, bring your quiet to me. Darkness, soothe my weary eyes, that I may see more clearly. When my heart with sorrow cries, comfort and caress me. And then my soul may hear a song, a still small voice of love eternal. Darkness, when my fears arise, let your peace flow through me.
Today, December 1st, is also known as World AIDS Day, a day to be reminded that HIV/AIDS is still with us, a day to remember that for many in the world and in the United States, AIDS is still a death sentence. And since 1988, HIV/AIDS activists have been reminding the world that the fight to end AIDS is very much active, as 35 million people have died of HIV or AIDS, and more than 1.1 million people are living with the virus today. Our attention, opening our hearts to the problem, is key to creating solutions to saving lives. So on this World AIDS Day 2018, as Unitarian Universalists who believe in the inherent worth and dignity of every person, we must not allow the grim realities to be the end of the story. More than just a theological assertion, this truth must ground our faith and inform our actions. So let us engage our attention and our actions to the problems and the solutions of AIDS, so that more may survive this scourge to the people of the world. Thank you. And now please join me in a spirit of contemplation, of prayer, which will lead us into about 2 minutes or so of silent reflection, and ended by the sound of the bowl. Relax your body, quiet your mind, engage your heart, and follow your breath into this time. Prayer for this day. Spirit of life, Spirit of love, Spirit of hope and justice, known by many names, you have given us a day unique from any other. You have connected us all of us, with each other and with the world in ways that are largely a mystery to us. You have given us little instruction other than to be present in our own lives, to feel wonder at the creations of the universe, and to love one another. You have put gifts and challenges in our paths, joys and sorrows, strengths and frailties, some of which we have already encountered and others we have yet to discover. On this unique day, may we not shirk from our attention to our needs and the needs of others, and may we all receive exactly what it is that we need from one another and life. In the spirit of possibility, generosity, and grace. Amen.
Thank you, Rev.Ben. The ritual of joys and sorrows is a time for each of us to share what is in our hearts this week and to ask for community prayers and support. Each week, we lay out the book to your left, which I believe Christine is going to bring to me. And you're welcome to write in that book your joys and sorrows as we share those with the community. Hello, December is the first entry. As the trees continue their changing colors, we all celebrate nature. So this is a joys, right? And it's a glory of tranquility and transformation. Send healing vibes to all animals everywhere. And again, welcome to our visitors. May this be the first of many Sundays you share with us. And that was from Joanna. Thank you. And now is the time to say out loud the names of anyone we want to send support and loving energy to. Now we move on to the silent part of our morning ritual. It's the healing ritual with water and stones. For anything that's in our hearts that we wish to bring into community but is perhaps too sensitive to speak out loud, we have a symbolic action that you can take. You could walk down the center aisle, choose a stone or stones, and immerse them in the water, which represents our community.
We close this time by singing a tradition here, and in many, many, not only Unitarian Universalist churches, but gatherings of Buddhist gatherings. It's called the Metta Chant, which begins with ourselves and then goes in ever widening circles outwards. And the words are in your order of service in the upper right-hand page. So we'll sing this together, just from a seated position, and let us continue to open our hearts so that all may be safe and well and know joy and be free. May I be safe, may I be well, may I know joy, may I be free. May you be safe, may you be well, may you know joy, may you be free. May they be safe, may they be well, may they know joy, may they be free. May all be saved, may all be well, may all know joy, may all be free.
Now is the time when we share our responsibility for the home which we are creating together. Our shared plate partner for December is the ACLU. The American Civil Liberties Union has many goals, including opposing the death penalty, supporting reproductive rights, and eliminating discrimination. The ACLU works to eliminate discrimination against women, minorities, and LGBTQ people. Please give generously to support BFUU and our shared plate partner, the ACLU.
It's always a joy for me to prepare a song to bring at this time when I'm here. And as life goes on throughout the week after I set this, things change. And so I won't be singing Let It Be. That'll be for another time, so we'll let that one go. This is a different song. It's from Nick Lowe. Many of you may have known it through the work of Elvis Costello.
As I walk this wicked world, searching for light in the darkness of insanity, I ask myself, is all hope gone? Is there only pain and hatred and misery? Oh, and each time I feel like this inside, there's one thing I wanna know. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? As I walk on through troubled times, my spirit gets so downhearted. Oh, sometimes, where are the strong? Who are the trusted? what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Understanding. Who are the strong? Where are the trusted? Where is the harmony, sweet harmony? And each time I feel it slipping away, makes me just wanna cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Understanding, brother. Understanding, sister. Understanding.
Let's dedicate our offerings to the work of this fellowship, which is creating beloved community within and beyond these walls. We dedicate ourselves, and these are offerings. Thank you, Christine. So now we gratefully acknowledge all who have worked together to create this service. And thanks to everybody who joined us on Zoom. We have with us Benjamin Birch, Jean Lebister, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Jinky and Mike Gardner, Marge, and Bill Bardiston. So, hello to you all. It's great to have you with us today. Please check your order of service and or your email or the newsletter for the announcements. And if you're not yet on our mailing list, go to bfuu.org to sign on or contact me after service. And let's join the choir in singing hymn number 57 from the Gray Hymnal. Jeff has announcements first, sorry.
That's all right.
There we go.
That was my cue to get up here. This Sunday, today at 12:30, after the service, there's going to be a book signing by our friend Simone Guidini. It's book number 3.
Book number 1, 2, and
Book number 1, 2, and 3. So all 3 books will be here, and the author herself will be in our presence. Thank you so much, Simone. After that, Rachel Starr. On Saturday, we're going to have a celebration of Rachel Starr's life, and I will let you read about it in here, because if I read it, I will cry. So I hope you can make it. On next Sunday, a minister has never been here before, Bonnie Delot. She has worked for years in the, I think in the Vallejo, Novato area. Napa. I always get that wrong. Thank you. She's worked for years in the Napa area, and I've heard her give this sermon that she's going to give next Sunday. I've heard it. I vetted it. Oh, my gosh. You will love it. That's why I asked her to come, and so I hope you will come and be with us all together on Sunday. Thank you.
And I just want to say, if you haven't made plans yet for Sunday, December 22nd, which is the Sunday before Christmas, I'll be back here, and we will be spending time with all of the winter holidays of light and dark in story and song. And so bring your friends and come celebrate light and dark.
Okay, now Ernest has an announcement.
Similarly, on Friday, December 20th, on solstice, actually this year, although it isn't specifically on that every year, at the Freight and Salvage, my choir, the Bayesian Choir, will be performing a secular solstice service. celebrating, humanity in the dark times and our place in the uncaring universe. It's at 7 p.m. on December 20th. Suggested ticket price is $35, but it's pay what you want, pay what you can. I hope to see some of you there.
What time?
Do we have to buy the tickets in advance, or can we pay at the door?
I would have to check. You might have to get them in advance. If anybody is interested in this, come talk to me after the service.
Any more announcements before we go on to the hymn? Okay, so.
Number 57, All Beautiful, the March of Peace.
Oh, beautiful the march of days as seasons come and go. The hand that shaped the rose hath wrought the crystal of the snow. Hath stamped the hoary frost of heaven, the flowing waters seal, and laid a silent loveliness on hill and wood and field. Oh, white expanses sparkling clear, the radiant morns unfold. The solemn splendors of the night burn brighter through the cold. Life blows in every throbbing vein, love deepens round the heart, and clearer sounds the angel hymn, goodwill to all on earth. O thou from whose unfathomed law the year in beauty flows, thyself the vision passing by in crystal and in rose. Day unto day doth utter speech, and night to night proclaim in ever-changing words of light the wonder of thy name.
Please read with us the words in the order of service. We extinguish the flame of this chalice, but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, or the energy of service. These we carry in our hearts until we meet again.
Now, as is the custom here, if you would rise and form a circle, join hands or not, but reach out extend your presence to others. And hear these words
Check.
as we sing. Circle round for freedom. As you leave this place in the presence of one another, may love be your guide, and courage your companion, and may joy greet you at every turn. May you seek health and wholeness in all things, and exercise a generosity of substance and spirit in all that you do. And may the truth always come easily to your lips, even in this world that is often fearful and fractured and false. Despite this, strive to be happy, but remain unsatisfied until this world is made more fair and all her people won by what we do or leave undone. Amen. Go in peace, live in grace with gratitude. Return in love.
And in a few minutes, there will be a lunch available, and we'd love you to stay and spend some time with us. Oh, I think they heard me. Thanks. Stay for lunch.